University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. At the beginning of the year, around 120 universities and university colleges put forward teams to compete in this contest. 28 qualified to do so, and now, as we begin the quarterfinals, only 8 remain. They are Pembroke College, Cambridge, New College, Oxford, King's College, Cambridge, St George's, London, Manchester University, Imperial College, London, University College, London and Bangor University. From now on, those teams must work harder to progress through the competition. Not only will their questions be a little bit more difficult, but they must win 2 matches to go through to the semi-finals. So a team that loses 2 matches leaves the contest. A team which wins 1 and loses another must then play and win again to qualify. Now, in their first round match, Manchester University won by only a 5-point margin against Lincoln College, Oxford. Then, in the second round, they won convincingly by 220 points to the 90 of Magdalen College, Oxford. With an accumulated score of 400 points so far, let's meet the Manchester team for the 3rd time.
Hi, I'm David Bryce. I'm from Kingston upon Thames and I study economics.
Hi, I'm Adam Barr. I'm from Muswell Hill in North London and I'm studying physics with astrophysics.
And this is their captain.
Hello, I'm Richard Gilbert. I'm from Warwickshire and I'm reading linguistics.
Hi, I'm Debbie Brown. I'm from Buxton in Derbyshire and I'm studying for a PhD in pain epidemiology.
Now, their opponents tonight, Imperial College London, have had decisive victories in both round 1 against Jesus College Cambridge, which they won by 225 points to 80, and also in round 2 when they won by 245 points to Bristol's 115. On that occasion, they proved that being scientists doesn't preclude them being able to answer well on literature and music. With an accumulated score of 470 points, let's meet the Imperial team again.
Good evening, my name is Pietro Ronica. I come from Brescia in Italy and I'm working towards a PhD in biochemistry.
Hello, my name is Dominic Cottrell, I'm from London and I'm currently reading medicine.
And their captain.
Hello, my name is Martin Evans, I'm from Appleton in Oxfordshire and I'm reading pharmacology.
Hello, I'm Henry Gill, I'm from Crabrick in Kent and I'm reading materials science.
Let's not waste any time reciting the rules. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. What 5-letter adjective is found in all the following? The popular name for Charles I's Parliament of 1640, another term for stenography, and an electrical circuit that acts as a shunt to a circuit...
Manchester Brown.
Short.
Short is correct, yes. So the first set of bonuses go to you, Manchester. They're on the novels of Alexandre Dumas Père. Which novel by Dumas interweaves the fictional story of the horticulturalist Cornelius van Baerle with the historical events that surrounded the murder of 2 Dutch statesmen in 1672?
Black Tulip.
Correct. Which novel by Dumas begins with the St Bartholomew's Day massacre of the Huguenots in 1572 and ends with the death of Charles IX in 1574?
The Count of Monte Cristo?
No, that's the Queen Margot. And finally, 20 years later, and the Viscount of Bragelonne were the sequels to which of Dumas' novels, first serialised in 1844?
Three Musketeers.
Correct. Another starter question now. Kurmanji and Sorani are among varieties of...
Manchester Gilbert.
Japanese?
No, you lose 5 points. Kurmanji and Sorani are among varieties of which Indo-European language? Lacking a homeland, its speakers are estimated at more than 15 million and are spread over eastern Turkey, Iran, Syria...
Imperial.
Kurdish.
Kurdish is correct, yes. Your bonuses, Imperial College, your first set are on archaeologists. Born in 1851, Sir Arthur Evans, a curator of the Ashmolean Museum, is best known for excavating the ruins of which ancient city on a Mediterranean island?
Minos.
Minos. Yeah.
Minos.
No, it's Knossos. From 1922, Sir Leonard Woolley directed an expedition to excavate which Sumerian city in what is now southern Iraq. It was abandoned in the 4th century BC and was at one point damaged by a severe flood. Correct. Born 1939, Barry Cunliffe is especially noted for his excavations of which Roman palace near Chichester in Sussex?
I know the name of it. Is that like Loughborough or something? No. Loughborough. That's just a guess.
Longbar?
No, it's fishborne. 10 points for this. What two-word French term denotes the movement in French cinema of the 1960s, of which...
Manchester Gilbert.
Nouvelle Vague.
No, you lose 5 points, of which Jean Rouche's Chronicle of a Summer and Chris Marker's Jolie May are examples. It's so for
Harold Evans.
Cinema Verse.
Yes, you get the bonuses. Right, your bonuses are on the Pulitzer Prize. The US high school teacher and playwright Paul Zindel won a Pulitzer Prize in 1971 for his play, which, according to the title, concerns the effects of what rays on man-in-the-moon marigolds?
Oh, okay, yeah, why not?
Cosmic rays? Cosmic X-rays?
I think it'll be something cosmic rays.
Gamma.
Gamma rays.
Correct. Who was the subject of Kay Bird and Martin J. Sherwin's 2006 Pulitzer Prize-winning biography, American Prometheus?
Oh, it's not Edison, is it?
It could very well be.
It's a bit of a guess, if I'm honest, but...
Edison.
That was Oppenheimer. Born 1954, which US journalist and biographer has been a Pulitzer Prize finalist 3 times in 2 categories with books about chaos theory, Richard Feynman and Isaac Newton?
Green.
Come on, let's have it, please.
Green.
No, it's James Gleick. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a letter of the Old English Latin alphabet, no longer in use in modern English. For 10 points, give me the common name of the letter.
Manchester Gilbert.
Yog.
Yog is correct, yes. Your picture bonuses, 3 more now obsolete letters of the Old English Latin alphabet. And again, in each case, for 5 points, I want the name of the letter. Firstly.
F. Ev.
Correct. Secondly.
Ash. Ash.
Correct. And finally.
Thorn. Thorn.
Thorn. Well done. 10 points for this. Meanings of what 2-letter word include the 12th star of a constellation, a temperate phage infecting various enterobacteria, a state of non-being or nothingness in Zen Buddhism, and the Greek letter that is the symbol from micron?
Manchester Bar.
Mu.
Mu is right, yes. Right, your bonuses this time, Manchester, are on philosophers. While in prison awaiting execution for treason in around AD 524, the Roman statesman Boethius wrote which work? An imagined conversation between himself and an allegorical figure.
Dialogue.
No, it's the Consolation of Philosophy. Yeah. Which Dominican friar and astronomer was burnt at the stake for heresy in 1600? His works on cosmology argued that the sun was merely one of an infinite number of stars in an infinite universe.
It could be Copernicus, but I don't think it is. No, it was a canon.
Do you know that?
Just like
Copernicus.
No, it's Giordano Bruno. And finally, known as the Angelic Doctor, which Dominican priest and scholastic philosopher left his work, the Summa Theologica, unfinished on his death in 1274?
Aquinas, too late, Aquinas.
Duns Scotus, maybe?
Augustine of Hippo, no. Who do you think? Sorry?
Duns Scotus.
Duns
Scotus, maybe.
Duns Scotus?
No, it was Aquinas. 10 points for this starter question. What was the name of the 12th century claimant to the throne of England who was the daughter of Henry I, the wife
Manchester Gilbert.
Matilda.
Matilda is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on expressions whose 2 words are spanned by the name of a Greek letter. For example, the words tiresome game contain the letter omega. In each case, give the 2-word expression and the Greek letter. Firstly, a Gloucester Meteor, Boeing 747, McDonnell Douglas F4 Phantom, or an Airbus A380?
Jet aircraft.
Eater. Okay. Jet aircraft and eater.
Correct. Legislation of 1715 that authorised magistrates to command upon pain of death the dispersal of groups of 12 or more people who are tumultuously assembled.
Is that the attack?
Yes, but it's
IOTA.
Okay. The Riot Act and Iota.
Correct. And finally, a length of 15.24 centimetres expressed in imperial measurements.
Inch.
6 inches.
6 inches, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Xi.
Yeah.
It's 6 inches and Xi.
Say, yes, correct. 10 points for this. In computing, what name, first used in 1973, denotes the local area network in which collision detection is the means of dealing with an attempt by two or more systems to transmit at the same time, or the protocol on which such networks are based?
Manchester Bryce.
Packet switching?
No. One of you buzzed from Imperial College?
Imperial Gill.
Hypertext transfer protocol?
No, it's Ethernet. 10 points for this. Originally the title of a 1973 book by E.F. Schumacher. What three-word slogan?
Imperial Evans.
Small is beautiful.
Yes. OK, your bonuses are on fish, Imperial College. Leopard, tiger, lemon, goblin and megamouth are among the common names of what type of cartilaginous fish that lacks swim bladders?
Shark.
Correct. Secondly, what's the common name of Alopius vulpinus, a shark often seen close to the surface feeding on schooling fish, which it herds and stuns with its characteristic long tail fin?
Basking shark?
Basking shark?
No, they're thresher sharks. Which filter feeder is the world's largest fish after the whale shark?
That one probably would be the basking shark. You sure? Could be.
Basking shark.
That is the basking shark, yes. 10 points for this. Born in Illinois in 1902, Ray Kroc amassed a fortune of $500 million before his death, having acquired the rights to sell franchises.
Manchester Bryce.
McDonald's.
McDonald's is correct. Manchester, your bonuses are on chemical energetics. For 5 points, what is the derived SI unit of delta H, the enthalpy change in a chemical reaction?
Do you know any SI units in chemical change? Joules. Go for that a bit.
Come on.
Joules.
No, it's kilojoules per mole. The Imperial team are all champing at the bit. They know all these answers, I bet. What three-word expression denotes the enthalpy of reaction when 1 mole of water is formed from the reaction of an acid with a base to produce a salt under standard conditions?
Enthalpy of neutralization.
Enthalpy
of neutralization.
Enthalpy of neutralization.
Spot on. And finally, what is the direction of enthalpy change in an exothermic reaction?
It gives out heat, so it's going to be positive enthalpy.
Okay.
Positive enthalpy. Just positive.
Yeah, positive enthalpy.
No, it's negative. Right, we're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of choral music. 10 points if you can give me the name of the composer.
Manchester Bryce.
Handel.
Correct. It was Let Thy Hand Be Strengthened. It was sung by the choir of King's College, Cambridge. For your bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more pieces sung by that choir. In each case, simply name the composer of the work. Firstly, this Italian composer.
I'm thinking out loud. I don't know. Yeah, just another. I'm trying to think. I don't know any Italians really. It's not really. It sounds a bit too, yeah, you're right. It sounds a bit too early for them. So I'm going to go for Donizetti.
Donizetti?
No, that's Gregorio Allegri. Secondly, this Russian composer, not usually known for choral music.
If you're not known for it, it could be anything, so Stravinsky or Mussorgsky or Rimsky-Korsakov. I mean, Stravinsky had a classical bent too, so... Yeah.
Come on.
Stravinsky?
No, that's Rachmaninoff's Vesper Mass Opus 37. Finally, this English composer. It is, yes, of course. It's Nimrod from the Enigma Variations, although a choral version looks eterna. Right, 10 points for this. In embryology, what structure is formed by invagination of the blastula, which then forms the...
Imperial Control.
The placenta?
No, you lose 5 points, which then forms the primitive gut known as the archenteron.
Manchester Gilbert.
The umbilical cord?
No, it's gastrula. 10 points for this. At the Battle of the Catalonian Plains in AD 451, which king was defeated by a coalition of...
Imperial Aronica.
Attila the Hun.
Attila the Hun is correct, yes. Right, Imperial College, your bonuses are on the plays of Sophocles. Wasted thus by death on death, all our city perisheth. Corpses spread infection round, none to tend or mourn is found. These are the words of a member of the chorus of Theban elders in which play by Sophocles?
Antigone? Antigone?
I don't know.
Antigone?
No, it's Oedipus Rex. Spoken by the leader of the chorus, the final words of which play are, O seed of Atreus, how triumphantly through grief and hardness thou hast freedom found, with full achievement in this onset crowned.
Isn't it like Dives thing to do with Aeneas? I don't know.
The only one, I think it's Antigone. I think it's by Sophocles. It's the only one I know.
Should we go for Antigone again?
Antigone.
No, it's Electra. And popularly referred to as the Ode to Man, in which of Sophocles' plays does the chorus say, wonders are many and none is more wonderful than man?
I don't know. Should we just go for Antigone again?
Antigone.
Antigone.
It was that time, yes. Right, 10 points for this. Cete, that's C-E-T-E, is a collective noun for a group of which Eurasian mammals? Heavy.
Imperial Control.
Elephants?
No, you lose 5 points, you can hear the whole thing, Manchester. Eurasian mammals, heavy, short-legged omnivores of the Melis genus.
Manchester Gilbert.
Pigs?
No, they're badgers. 10 points for this. What word means a process or a set of rules expressed in algebraic notation? And
Imperial Gill.
Algorithm?
correct, yes. And your bonuses are on algebra. Given a complex number a plus ib with a and b real, express its complex conjugate in terms of a and b.
A minus IB.
Yeah.
A minus IB.
Correct. In terms of a and b, what is the product of the complex number a plus ib and its conjugate?
It's always
A squared plus A squared minus B squared.
A squared minus B squared.
No, it's a squared plus b squared. And finally, express the multiplicative inverse of 1 plus I in the form a plus ib with a and b real.
What's a multiplicative inverse? So, like, ratio?
What was it? I don't know. He said ratio.
Like, say, like, A over IB?
A over IB.
No, it's 1/2 minus I times 1/2. 10 points for this starter question. Porrick Pierce's reading of the proclamation of the Irish Republic on the steps of Dublin's General Post Office signifies the start of which 1916 insurrection against British rule?
Imperial Evans.
Easter Rising.
Correct. These bonuses are on a literary figure, Imperial. All intellectual improvement arises from leisure. These are the words of which literary figure recorded in April 1773?
Swift. I don't know.
A figure, does it mean a character, a fictional character?
I think we better have an answer here.
Swift.
No, it's Dr. Johnson. According to other words attributed by Boswell to Johnson, what act is not of importance? It lasts so short a time.
Sex. Love.
Love.
I would say love.
Love.
No, it's the act of dying. And finally, Boswell reports that when Johnson was asked if a man could be happy in the present moment, he replied, never, but when he is what?
Dead.
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 No, drunk. Right, we're going to take a second picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a photograph of a building. 10 points if you can give me its name.
Manchester Bar.
Fountains Abbey.
One of you want to buzz from Imperial?
Imperial Evans.
Tintern Abbey.
No, it's Whitby Abbey. So, picture bonuses shortly. Another starter question in the meantime. Timothy Dalton, Orson Welles, Toby Stephens and Michael Fassbender are among the actors who have played which romantic figure, the creation of Charlotte Bronte?
Imperial Aronica.
Inspector Clouseau?
I don't know how you got there, but it's completely wrong. Manchester.
Manchester Brown.
Mr. Rochester.
It is Mr. Rochester, yes. That's one of the funniest misapprehensions we've ever had on this show. Right, following on from Whitby Abbey, which was the picture starter you'll recall a moment or two ago, your bonuses are 3 more photographs of abbeys, all of them in the UK. I simply want you to name each one. First, for 5 points, it's in England.
Is that Tinton Abbey? Or is that...
Does that look more like fountains to you?
Do you think it's fountains then?
I don't know. Fountains is more...
Okay.
Come on, let's have an answer.
Tinton Abbey?
No, it's Revo Abbey. Secondly, this Scottish Abbey.
I don't know. Scone, is that Abbey still?
Scone?
No, that's Sweetheart Abbey. And finally, this English Abbey.
That's Fountains.
Yeah.
What is it? That's Fountains.
Fountains.
No, that's Glastonbury Abbey in Somerset. Right, 10 points at stake for this starter question. What surname was shared by a signatory of the US Declaration of Independence, his son William, the first US president to die in office, and his great...
Manchester Gilbert.
Harrison.
Harrison is correct, yes. These bonuses are on Walt Disney's Fantasia. Firstly, a piece by J.S. Bach opens Disney's Fantasia and is an example of what musical form, typically written to show off the technique of the performer. Its name derives from the Latin for to touch.
Toccata then.
Yeah. Toccata?
Correct. In another scene in Fantasia, a troupe of hippopotami wearing tutus dance to the piece Dance of the Hours by which Italian composer?
It's Poncanelli, I think. Yeah, I think so. Is it Poncanelli?
Poncanelli.
No, you're nearly there. It's Ponchielli. And finally, in a scene which apparently lingered in the minds of some of the film's youngest viewers... Are you listening?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we were, but okay, sure.
And finally, in a scene which apparently lingered in the minds of some of the film's youngest viewers, skeletons rise out of their graves at the behest of a colossal demonic figure to accompany which piece of music?
Night on Bald Mountain.
Night on Bald Mountain.
Night on Bear or Bald Mountain is correct, yes. Right, 10 points for this. Which tributary of the Rhine gives its name to the area that includes the cities of Essen...
Imperial Evans.
Ruhr.
Ruhr is correct, yes. Right, these bonuses are on astronomy and geometry. Which constellation of the Northern Hemisphere is named after a simple geometrical figure and contains a spiral galaxy of the same name that is part of our local group of galaxies?
Triangle.
And it's called the Triangulum. I can't accept that, I'm afraid. Secondly, a cluster of bright young stars in the Orion Nebula is named after what type of quadrilateral?
It's either trapezes.
Trapeze. Yeah,
Go for it.
trapeze.
Go for trapeze. No, trapezium.
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 Trapezium's correct. Finally, a distinctive hexagonal cloud formation larger than the diameter of the Earth sits at the north pole of which planet?
Saturn.
Saturn.
Saturn is correct. 3.5 minutes ago, 10 points for this. Essentially a glass sphere and a graduated paper strip. The Campbell-Stokes recorder is used for which meteorological purpose?
Imperial Gill.
Measuring rainfall.
Nope.
Manchester Brown.
Measuring hours of sunlight.
Correct. Manchester, these bonuses are on unfortunate predictions. In 1774, which politician said of the American colonies, 4 or 5 frigates will do the business without any military force?
No, he was very... I think he might have...
He was better than that.
It was, who was Prime Minister around then? Do you know?
Come on, let's have it, please.
Portland?
No, it was Lord North. In a speech to Western diplomats in 1956, which national leader said, whether you like it or not, history is on our side. We will bury you?
Khrushchev.
Correct. In 2006, which future cabinet minister described Ireland as a shining example of the art of the possible in long-term economic policy making?
Osborne. Yeah.
George
It
Osborne.
was the great George Osborne, yes. 10 points for this. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Which romantic poet?
Imperial Evans.
Keats.
Keats is correct. It's the first line of Endymion. And your bonuses, Imperial College, are on a play by Shakespeare. Tradition has it that which of Shakespeare's plays was written at the behest of Queen Elizabeth I, who wanted to see a character from the history plays in love?
It's the Merry Wives of Windsor.
The Merry Wives of Windsor.
Correct. In Act 5, Scene 5 of The Merry Wives of Windsor, Falstaff is tricked into impersonating which mythological figure, a spirit said to haunt Windsor Forest?
It's like Pan. Something like...
Puck.
Puck.
No, it's Herne the Hunter. The Merry Wives of Windsor was the basis for the opera Sir John in Love, first performed in 1929 by which English composer?
Ralph Vaughan Williams.
Correct. 10 points for this. In modern fiction, what specific activity precedes kicking a hornet's nest and follows...
Imperial Gill.
No, sorry.
I'm sorry, you're going to lose 5 points, and follows a dragon tattoo.
Manchester Gilbert.
Playing with fire.
Playing with fire is correct, yes. You get bonuses on a Greek word. In Greek mythology, the word chthonic, C-H-T-H-O-N-I-C, denotes deities of what general area?
It's the underworld. The underworld?
Come on.
The underworld.
Correct. Which chthonic deity is the daughter of Demeter and Zeus? Abducted by Hades, she became his consort in the underworld.
Persephone.
Correct. In which trilogy of the 1990s, set mainly in a parallel universe, is the phrase chthonic railway used to mean tube or underground?
Is that Dark Materials?
Dark Materials.
It's Dark Materials.
Correct. 10 points for this. Claiming to be the Earl of Warwick, Lambert Simnel was in 1487 a pretender to the throne of which monarch?
Manchester Gilbert.
Henry VII.
Correct. These bonuses now are on novels with the same number in their titles. Firstly, set in Japan in 1799, which novel by David Mitchell relates the story of a young Dutch clerk who hopes to make his fortune there? Come on, let's have it, please.
We don't know.
It's The Thousand Autumns of Jacob de Zoet. Based on Shakespeare's King Lear, which Pulitzer Prize-winning novel? And at the gong, Imperial College London have 115, Manchester University have 185. Well, bad luck, Imperial College. You had some catastrophic buzzes in there, but it's just nerves or short circuit of the brain or something. We shall look forward to seeing you again, and Manchester will also be seeing you again. Congratulations to you. So for the avoidance of doubt, Manchester have to win one more game, Imperial have to win 2 more games to go through to the semi-finals. I hope you can join us next time for another quarter-final, but until then, it's goodbye from Imperial College London.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Manchester University.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.